Welcome to SoulPower Relax. This is your space to slow down, breathe, and come back to yourself. Now, before we begin, let me share something with you. Most people go through the day as if they're being chased. Chased by schedules, by expectations, by unfinished thoughts, and by the strange feeling that if they don't keep moving, everything will fall apart. So we live in a state of subtle tension, not always dramatic, but constant, a kind of invisible clenching. And the trouble is, when you carry that tension long enough, you start to mistake it for who you are. You begin to think, this is me, this pressure is me, this worry is me. But it isn't. It's simply the nervous system trying to control life. And life is far too large to be controlled. Now here's the spiritual lesson. There are two kinds of problems. There are the problems you can do something about, and then there are the ones you can't. And what exhausts us is not the problems themselves, but the way we argue with reality, as if reality should have consulted us first. We replay the past. We rehearse the future. We try to manage everyone's feelings. We try to guarantee outcomes. And it's all a kind of spiritual misunderstanding. Because the deepest part of you, the part you might call your true self, is not the one panicking. The true self is the awareness underneath it all. The quiet presence that notices the thoughts, not the thoughts themselves. And when you take just a few minutes to reset, you're not escaping life. You're returning to the only place where life is actually happening. Here, now. You don't align with your true self by forcing a perfect mindset. You align by letting go of what you were never meant to hold. And when you do that, something curious happens. The mind becomes clearer. The body softens. You remember you are not separate from the flow of life. Like a wave remembering it belongs to the ocean. So tonight, or right now, we're going to practice the art of letting go. Not as a performance, not as a self-improvement project, but as a return. A return to the part of you that doesn't need to fight the moment, because the moment is already complete. And the more you stop resisting what you can't control, the more energy you have for what you actually can. So for the next few minutes, you're allowed to set everything down. You're allowed to stop carrying the world in your mind. You're allowed to be held. And from that place, we'll begin the meditation. Settle in. Let your hands rest where they fall. And if it feels right, allow your eyes to close. Take a slow breath in and let it go. Now notice something simple. You don't have to try to relax. Relaxation isn't an achievement. It's what happens when you stop interfering. So for a moment, stop doing the breath. Let the breath breathe itself, like waves that come and go on their own. Feel the weight of your body, not as a problem, as a permission. Let the shoulders drop a little more. Let the jaw unclench. Let the tongue rest. Let the forehead smooth out, as if you're setting down a heavy thought. And if the mind is busy, that's perfectly all right. The mind is a talkative creature. It comments on everything. It narrates the world. But you don't need to silence it, because the moment you try to force silence, you create more noise. Instead, simply notice thinking is happening, like a distant radio in another room. You don't have to go adjust it. You can let it play in the background while you rest. In and out. And as you exhale, imagine you're loosening your grip on the day. All those little clenches, the subtle bracing, the quiet tension in the body, as if you're preparing for something. But for now, there is nothing you need to prepare for. This moment is complete as it is. Now, scan the body gently. Start at the top of your head. Notice the scalp. Soften it. Notice the muscles around the eyes. Let them melt. Let the cheeks soften. Let the mouth soften. And feel the neck lengthen, as if it can breathe. Now, the shoulders. Often they are carrying the future. Let the future go for a moment. Let the shoulders become heavy. Feel the arms, the elbows, the wrists, the hands. Let the hands be completely useless now. They don't have to hold, fix, or control anything. Now notice the chest. If the chest feels tight, don't fight it. Just make room for it, like making room for a guest. Let the breath move through the chest, gently. Now, the belly. Let the belly be soft. A lot of us hold the belly in, as if we're trying to impress someone, or as if we're bracing for impact. But you can let that go. Let the belly rise on the inhale and fall on the exhale, as it was always meant to. Now feel the lower back, the hips, the thighs. Let the legs be heavy. Feel the knees soften, the calves, the ankles, the feet. Now here's a strange and beautiful thing. The mind often thinks it is the one doing life. It feels like a tiny captain on a ship, trying to control the ocean. But the ocean is vast, and you are not separate from it. You are not a visitor in the universe. You are the universe. doing this, being this for a little while. And when you really feel that, even slightly, there's less pressure. You don't have to force everything into place. You don't have to figure everything out tonight, because life is already happening. Breathing is happening. Heartbeat is happening. Healing is happening. Without your permission, without your effort. So what if you trusted that? What if you let life live you for just a few minutes? Now if a thought arises, a worry, a plan, a memory, don't chase it and don't push it away. Just notice it and let it float on, like a leaf drifting down a stream, and come back to the simplest thing. Now, a gentle experiment. On the next exhale, let your whole body relax 1% more. Not 50%, just 1. Let the body sink as if it's melting into the surface beneath you. And notice the difference. Now again, on the exhale, 1% more. And if the mind says, "Am I doing it right?" smile, because that's just the mind, trying to turn relaxation into a task. There's nothing to win here, just presence. Now for a moment, allow yourself to be aware of sound. Not labeling it, just hearing. A sound may come and go. And notice, you are the space in which sound appears. Now feel the breath again. The breath comes and goes. And notice, you are the space in which breath appears. Thoughts come and go. And notice, you are the space in which thoughts appear. You are not trapped inside the mind. The mind is appearing inside you. And that changes everything, because the you that is aware is already calm. It doesn't need to be improved. It doesn't need to be fixed. It simply is. Now gently begin to return. Feel the body again. Feel the contact points, where you meet the chair, the bed, the floor. Wiggle the fingers slightly. Wiggle the toes. And when you're ready, open the eyes softly. Take one last breath in and out, and carry this with you. You don't have to force the river. You can let it flow, and you are part of the flow.